All right.
It's a stream.
Oh God.
The stream.
Where am I? What's this?
Today we have captured CatnWearHats to run a RPG game. He's stuck in a tiny little square on your screen.
Who are you?
Oh.
Who are all these people?
What is this box you've trapped me in? No. Yeah.
If you can't maintain a regular TTRPG playgroup, just kidnap some people.
Yep. And you'll never have scheduling conflicts ever again.
Yeah.
Well, you might have conflict scheduling your trial.
That's different problem. One problem at a time. Okay.
Then you kidnap all the jurors and the judges and put them in your tabletop.
No, then you have a LARP group. You have way too many people for a tabletop game.
Sorry, Your Honor, this
reboot
doesn't work for me. I've got D&D.
This reboot of 12 Angry Men has gone off the rails. I was just...
It could be one of those. Have you ever heard of like those mega games where someone runs like a bunch of parties that are in the same world,
like a West
and each
Marches game, like we did years ago.
not like a West Marches. It's like usually it's a bunch of groups running at the same time, and then like at like intervals, the GMs will like convene and like, all right, what's going on in your group?
That sounds like a lot. We're not doing that today.
I was about to say.
I don't know if I could deal with playing like that.
I definitely couldn't deal with running like that, unfortunately. Yeah. So, but let's talk about what we are going to be running today, because hey, I'm driving today.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, you picked the map. We're driving in the
side.
That's
actually
yeah. I'm pretty sure HP was the one who picked up piloting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should make
character
different color.
Yeah. We talked about this last time when we were like, okay, well, it's been a bit longer than we had hoped before we got started with this, but this was the plan of for the next little while, the Sunday Euroboys streams is TTRPGs, because we have a bunch of things we want to do and try stuff out, and I'm starting us off with a little bit of Scum and Villainy.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not familiar, it is a Forged in the Dark game, which means it is sort of based on Blades in the Dark. And if you're not familiar with that, well,
you'll pick it up.
There's not much I can do. I'm sorry, but actually, to give it is heists, criminal shenanigans, and this is heist and criminal shenanigans in space.
Rizzo.
Oh,
Rizzo is very excited about space.
It's Firefly with the serial numbers filed off and other sci-fi.
Yeah, you may have noticed from the name, Scum and Villainy. Tabletop. What is a tabletop? A miserable pile of dice rolls. But enough talk.
There's a 5 foot by 8 foot one out there.
Yeah.
And it's
imagine Skyrim.
Imagine if you
no.
Imagine dragons.
On point. This is not a podcast.
You see the mountain.
All right,
you can go there.
All right, shut up.
Yeah, Skyrim Go ahead.
All right, shut up. It's time to get going here. I'm putting the hammer down.
Rizzo, go.
So, oh boy, Rizzo, thank you. So last week, we did some character creation. So we have come up with a variety of fun and interesting space type characters. And to give you let's do the sort of, and we came up with a bunch of characters and factions and things and stuff, and we'll get into that. But the very short gist of things are we are following a party of scoundrels, doctors, people sort of trying to make ends meet in a galaxy of scum and villainy. Ne'er-do-wells, that's a good one. Yes, ne'er-do-wells.
We're a party of Firefly OC.
Mm-hmm.
Don't steal.
And we are in...
I don't even know if I count as OC.
Yeah. But welcome to the Procyon sector. It is the sort of backwater part of space, far away from the center of the galaxy, of the seat of power of the galactic hegemony, where crime runs riot, and everyone is just trying to get by. There are all of these various systems, all with their various little planets, and these wanted tracks that don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm going for the tank, so
Yeah.
I'm going to fill out that wanted track.
Yep.
These are a measure of how warm it is there and how much we want to go there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me just see. There's a... Yeah, okay, here we are. Procyon, yes. I can give you... Let's do the brief blurb for Procyon to just kind of set the setting up here. And this shouldn't get you in... This should be fine. Alright. If we zoom out to the galactic map screen, it only seems appropriate. So, welcome to Procyon. Sectors in the hegemony are slices of the galaxy, each controlled by a noble house and overseeing the harvesting of resources and expansion in the area on behalf of the hegemon. And originally belonging to House Nimamar, this sector has changed hands a number of times, finally falling to House Malclaith after the last hegemon ascended. Procyon is a relatively small sector of known space, hosting gates to only 4 systems. Many say if the Hantu Gate were ever to be open and stable, it would create another boom era for the sector, and whichever house is holding it at the time. When Malclaith was promised a sector for their help in the Ascension Wars, the gift of Procyon was actually an insult. Already mined out with few directions left for expansion and too many jumps from the core, this sector is a washed-out backwater at best. Consequently, people assigned here are sent largely as punishment. We'll get to that later. Or
Space Australia.
Yeah, or continuing the hegemonic tradition as a way to keep a promise of a posting without giving up something cherished. This may or may not have happened to one of our crew. The sector is a burgeoning place for syndicates, mystics, and other folks that live on the fringes. Too far and too small to have the strong arm of the hegemony truly clutched around its throat, Procyon is also a hotbed of corruption, peppered with strange temples and remnants that haven't been picked completely clean. Provides homes for those that may be fleeing the burning light of civilization that emanates from the core, and opportunities for folks that thrive in the black. And around the twin sun system of Iota, there are several dense fields of asteroids. And in the furthest one exist the Iota shipyards, run by the Starsmith Guild, but also home to many smaller licensed hubs independently run that do refits and repairs. And it is in this that we find ourselves when we begin. One of these small sort of overworked little Iota shipyards, just sort of perched on and around a large asteroid in this big field of rock and so on. And we go inside this sort of hangar bay with various ships parked in berths, people working on them, sparks flying. It's kind of rusty and run down until we come across a particular ship which has the designation of known as the Locum Tenens, a star dancer. Do we have a description? What does this look like? What is the outside like? How beat up is this thing?
Oh, it's I've seen better days. Mm-hmm. Probably like 5 owners ago.
Yeah, it's got the look of a beater car that somebody tried to make look better by repainting it 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
The
paint is flaking off. The parts don't quite all fit together the way they should.
Although one part does look slightly newer than the rest, and that is the engines at the back that have been upgraded fairly recent. Well, maybe not fairly recently, but relatively recently.
Definitely newer than the rest of the ship.
Mm.
Yeah.
And a different color.
So, and we sort of fly around there. We go inside, and I would just like each of you to each of you is just going about sort of routine things, maintenance, doing odd jobs. Just give me a scene of your character and where the sort of intro scene. And and as we start to actually play this, I'm just gonna give you a note here. This is not the kind of game where I'm going to nickel and dime you for every little stem bolt or something like that. I encourage you to think cinematically when you describe when I ask you that question like that, or when you decide what you're going to do in the scene. So you have free reign to think like that. So with that in mind, let's see a little vignette of each character. I'm going to start with HP.
All right. My character, or me, however we want to approach this, Percy Thorne, colloquially known around the ship and the station just as Doc, is going about his what passes for a morning routine here in space, ship time morning, and he is in the med bay of the locum tenens with a cup of coffee, just casually sort of inventorying and making sure that the med bay is stocked. He goes through and makes sure that all of the packs have been through the autoclave, so they're sterile. That anything from previous outings, any stains, are being addressed.
There's a particular stain you've been trying to get rid of for a long time. Where is it?
It is on the floor next to the operating table.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And specifically, it is a stain that spreads out a little bit. It's faint, but in the middle of it, you can actually make out boot prints.
Oh.
Because he didn't move from that spot for hours trying to solve trying to help the person on his table. Ultimately unsuccessfully. So the stain is there, and he makes motions at getting rid of it, but never quite puts in the elbow grease necessary.
Do you have a description for Percy? What does he look like?
Percy is young-ish, dark hair, unshaven for the last few days, but you can tell he normally tries to keep a clean look. Even out here in the depths of the Procyon system, he tries to maintain a professional demeanor. He has a button-down shirt. He used to wear white, now he wears brown, because it's easier to hide the bloodstains.
White shirts don't stay white out here for very long.
He has a simple vest on over it, currently not buttoned, and he keeps his hair clean, but not necessarily putting a lot of effort into the style.
All right. So the camera swings away from Percy in the med bay over to the engine room. Might that be where we find? Oh, actually, no. Actually, you know what? No, sorry. It swings over to find Billy. Is it Billy or Bobby?
Bobby.
Wait. Okay, because you take a look at your character sheet. You've got Billy written in the.
Oh, wrong one. My bad.
Sorry. Yes. Okay, it is Bobby. Okay. Yes. So we swing around, and where do we find Bobby then?
Bobby is sitting in a corridor, doing maintenance on some piping and other material in there. And he has like several stacks of tools or materials or mechanical stuff, like hodgepodge around him. If you want to go through that hallway, you're going to have to scoot along the wall on the opposite side of where he's working, because he's basically planted himself there. Bobby has blonde hair, a mullet, a little bit of a dirty mustache. There's always like engine grease or some sort of other lubricant that's stuck somewhere in his in his hair or in his clothes. He wears a t-shirt, simple mechanics pants, and usually a sleeveless vest over that. And he's just like tinkering and just mumbling to himself as he mumbling to himself and to the ship.
One of the things I think one of the things you have near you is there is a sort of box with something in it. It was a delivery box that was sent to you here at this berth where you've been for a while, with a note on it from your brother, from Ken. And inside is a sort of small piece of equipment with a note that just says, in a very condescending way, there's like, if you would be so good as to fix this, because the motivator for their hover tractor broke down again, and since you decided to go off into space, they can't find anyone around who knows how to fix it. So please fix it and send it back as quickly as you can.
He's ignoring it.
All right.
He's trying to put it off. But there's a little six-legged little drone that crawls up and that like chirps and beeps at him and like on that box.
Yeah.
Trying to get his attention. And he's just like making a hand gesture. It's like, no, not right now.
All right. And so finally we'll swing around to find Russell Bad Beat Stone. Why do we find Bad Beats?
So Russell is hanging out in, it's not really a cantina, the kitchen area.
Yeah.
Russell is a chiseled man. The art I've used in Roll20 is a fan art of Jim Raynor from StarCraft 2.
There you go.
His kind of like, you know, longerish hair, very, very shaggy, sits in contrast to his very well-groomed beard. And he's kind of, you know, he's opening the fridge, and as he opened the fridge, the freezer flies open. And he goes, "Bobby! The flux dissipator is putting the freezer box into reverse vacuum again."
Well, you have to be putting you shouldn't be putting all your beer in there. I told you it's for experiments.
Kicks the freezer door closed again. Grabs a drink from the fridge.
Yeah.
Just smashes it against the table to open it, and then throws a revolver that is it's well kept than anything else on this man. Because the rest, he's wearing like a trench coat, it's kind of patched up, it's seen a lot of action, but the revolver is just pristine. It looks like it was bought yesterday.
There is, on the table, small little table, there is what looks like a sort of card game in progress. It's been paused for the moment while you get on with other things. You know, things have been left as they were. How is Russell doing?
Could be doing better. And as he's walking past, he's gonna lift on the pile of his opponent's cards, quickly check.
Yeah, it's not a bad hand. Pretty good hand.
It's gonna slide 2 of those cards into the bottom of the deck and draw 2 new ones.
All right.
And then walk away.
And walk away. Okay. So as you're all going about your day, up in the cockpit, there is a sort of loud beep 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 beep. A comm is coming in over the usual thing. One of you is probably gonna hear it first, or who's gonna answer that? Who's gonna pick up the phone? Who do we think?
Hello?
Okay, so yeah, you're in the corridor, probably not that far away from the cockpit, so it's no. And this gets you out of dealing with the fridge as well. So you open up the comm, and on this sort of like staticky screen, you see the familiar face of Takala, the shipyard dockmaster, who's has got this sort of dark skin, sort of late 40s, bags under his eyes, slightly bloodshot eyes, and has the air of someone who is just has maybe been up for an unhealthy amount of time. And he's like, "Hey, Bobby, is that you,
Hi,
Bobby?
Pete. You look good today."
Yeah, all right. Pleasantries, whatever. There's a ship in the docks. It's just come in, and well, okay. They had a transponder signal I don't recognize, but they said you guys would vouch for them, and so you guys are gonna get out here and see them and vouch for them and tell me, and just anything that happens, just tell me they're not any trouble.
All right. I'll get the others.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and do you know if Doc's got another a shipment of Mega Calf in yet?
I'll ask him.
Okay. Yeah. You do that. Call it out.
Doc,
Yeah, Billy.
you got Mega Calf?
You just get off the line with the dockmaster.
I did. How you know?
Doctor's intuition.
All right. Said there's some people apparently said we vouch for him.
Well, that's interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I'll be right up. And Doc slams back his coffee.
Russell, you coming too?
Peek my head into the cockpit. Freezer's still fucked.
Like I told you, it's an You know what? I'll build my own freezer.
That's even more concerning.
Hearing this, Doc shouts into the corridor, "Just don't touch the coolant in the med bay."
All right, I'll make a shopping list then.
He rifles through one of the cabinets and pulls out a little pill bottle that just has a picture of the molecule for caffeine and a plus sign.
Yep.
It's just 2 coffee molecules stitched together.
If this man didn't give us discounts on talking, and then shoves it in the pocket of his vest.
All right. So yeah, basically, head out and he'll wave you down, I guess. So yeah, you head out of the ship, start walking down through the other. There's a number of other ships here, some of whom you seen before, some of which are sort of just passing through. A lot of crews working on things. Eventually, you spot Takala, who is just sort of waiting with his arms crossed, with a couple of his guards. Or there's not much of a security system around here. It's independent.
It's people with pipes.
It's people with pipes.
One might describe them as goons.
Goons, hired goons,
and
they are
good squad.
And they are looming, but not aggressive, not because there is this sort of ship that has come in, and you know how we described your ship as a sort of like beat up like thing.
Yeah.
This is like that, but more so. In fact, you can't. There's various, we can say there's various models of ship. This is at least 4 different models of ship in one ship.
Gotcha.
And you don't recognize the ship immediately. Or you don't recognize the ship. But Takala looks and it's like, oh, okay, you guys are here. Good. They just barged up in here. They had some sort of like, they said you guys would vouch for them, and they had signed like a thing from you guys, like a statement or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't vouch for their ship though. I mean, I like the attachment, but the aerodynamics in orbit be hell.
Yeah.
Do we recognize
anything
the ship?
About it?
Yeah. Let's see. You want to try and recognize this? I tell you what, we can do let's do a fortune roll rather than any of the skill rolls. So to do a fortune roll is sort of, a luck roll essentially. And there is a button for that on the ship.
There's also on your character sheet also one.
Oh, is it also on character sheet?
Yeah, below your
good.
friends.
Oh, yes.
Depending on how it's organized, but for me,
it should be on the bottom right. There should be a roll fortune button. So what you're going to do is it's going to ask you. It starts at 1 dice, and I'm going to give you an extra dice for it.
Okay, so 2 dice.
Rolling this?
2 dice. It sounds like Lamb is rolling it.
Yeah.
And so now we'll do a roll. Fortune, a 6. Okay, so the way the rolling works here is you roll a number of dice, and we're looking for whatever the highest dice is. Unless you have no dice in something, in which case you roll 2 and you take the lowest. And the different, how high you roll determines how well you do. And a 6 is a success. If you roll multiple 6s, that is a crit.
Yeah. Because it's 6-sided dice that we're rolling.
Yeah, we're on D6.
Yeah.
So a 6, yeah, you do actually. You think back to this and you think you don't recognize this ship specifically, but you recognize the style of ship. This is a wrecker ship. And wreckers are scavengers, thieves, hackers, and they incite factions to fight against each other and pick apart the remains. They're also the same people you got your engines from. And you owe the wreckers a favor for that.
Well, this is your thing, Bobby.
What?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Well, junk people is your people.
Well, I got a PhD in aerodynamics and faster than light tunneling.
So, so Takala kind of looks at you. He's like, "Do you know these people or not?"
Sort of.
Let's go with yes.
All right. Anything that happens is on any trouble they cause is on your head. All right. Doc
pulls the little pill bottle out of his vest pocket and tosses it at the dock master and be like, "So Tuesday then."
Tuesday. All right. And he heads off, and his goons go with him. And as you're sort of like standing there,
Doc starts buttoning up his vest, knowing that
his vest. there is a little furtive movement at one of the windows, and you looking out, and then from some patch of this opens up, and that was a ramp. I thought that was an exhaust. No, that's a ramp. And coming down from there, you see 3 people. There is a sort of lanky, skinny-looking guy, a big, buff, like grimy mechanic fellow, and a sort of, we're going to say lizard-like Xeno, an alien, who sort of just kind of like leans in the back. But Bobby, you recognize the hulking guy. That is a fellow by the name of Meshkalan, who is a mechanic and is the one who installed your engines, or at least took point on that. But as they come down, skinny little guy like throws open his arms. He's like, "Hey, it's my favorite people. How you guys doing?" And sort of like totters down.
Do we have any idea who this is?
You make me a fortune roll. See if you remember. And I'll give you 2 dice on this. Crit. You definitely, as soon as it opens his mouth, you're like, "Oh no." You remember this for 2 reasons. This is, and I'm pulling this from their list of NPCs. I didn't do this on purpose. This is Bobby O, who is a hacker and a real pain in everyone's butt, but is really good at what he does. And is also goes by an alias of Wizard, which a lot of people, he tries to get people to call him that, but most people don't really want to. Although with the 2 of you, it's probably easier just to call him Wizard. But he's like, he comes down and is like, "Hey guys, Billy, right?"
Yeah, good to see you, Warlock.
Close enough. Hey, Doc and
Bobby fully did that intentionally.
Yeah. And Bears, Beats, and something else. No, whatever. Hey, how you doing? Sorry about showing up unannounced, but we were in the neighborhood and we figured we'd drop by for a chat.
In response to this, Doc just reaches into a different vest pocket and pulls out like headache medicine.
Yeah.
And slams back a few more than you would normally prescribe.
Yeah.
All right. Cut the bullshit, mage boy. What do you want us to do?
That's your problem, bad dragon. You guys you're no fun. All right. I guess you can step inside and we can have business discussion. Okay?
Well, it's bound to happen some point.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Cord will fix you up a drink, and gestures to the lizard who's sort of leaning back and just kind of doing that thing with the knife,
Mumbly peg.
Yeah. And it just looks up and like hisses
Cord,
back.
You said?
Cord, yeah. Qord. And just kind of hisses back at Bobby. Bobby O. Come on. It'll be fun. We'll catch up for old time's sake. And he sort of ushers you inside this. It is just pipes and things and wires and stuff hanging everywhere, and it is a mess in there. It looks like it should. It looks like when they take off, they have an equal opportunity of flying or exploding.
Yep. Doc.
I think Bobby's wise enough not to make a comment about any of this.
I think. Would you learn that the hard way last time?
No, I think Bobby is ultimately a polite guy.
Yeah. So Wizard takes you in and then moves some crates aside, pushes some things on, so turns the stool the right way up, and it's like, "All right, sit. Fine, business. You want to talk business? Well, all right, fine. Yeah, you got me. We're here to call in a favor, because Meshkalan noticed you guys are still running with those engines. They've been treating you good. If there's any problems, Mesh will go fix them up right away."
Yeah.
And the big guy just goes like,
Well, wait.
I mean, the wiring required a little bit of improvement, but it run pretty good now.
But the flux dissipators.
What? It looks better now.
The freezer.
The big guy, he's kind of like looms behind behind Bad Beat, and he's like, "They were fine when I gave them to you."
Well, they weren't fine after he touched them.
That's your problem.
I pointed at Bobby.
Yeah.
Did you void the warranty, Bobby?
Do we get a warranty with that? Looks at the wizard.
All right, guys. All right. Okay. Never mind about the engine. Point is, you owe us. because we were very generous with our donation, and those engines could have gone to the derelict 8, but we decided, it was fair some more than fair compensation for what we were asking. So you owe us. That's the thing. That's what we agreed to. So we're calling that in, and we have a job, and we need you guys.
Doc looks for the flattest piece of bulkhead around and
Yeah.
just leans on it. And just sighs. Just
Before you go any further, you do realize we're a medical transport, right?
Yeah. Perfect cover.
It's gonna be one of those
fingers
jobs,
on brow.
Look, okay. You guys have well, look, I'm calling in this favor, and you can either, and this is it, right? You do this favor for us, and we're square. We don't come around and bother you anymore, unless you want us to.
That's appealing.
I would try not to take that personally, but I get that a lot. Anyway, here's the thing. We're always on the lookout for good gear. The best gear, the kind of stuff that it's hard to get a hold of. Anything. Engines, weapons, med bays, pilot seats, coffee machines, anything.
You do freezers?
Sometimes. Point is, we keep our ear to the ground for bits of tech that come onto the black market. And
Doc just laughs. Like
Yeah.
he barks out ha!
And some information may have fallen off the back of an encrypted type beam comm. Don't worry about it. There's an auction going down on Indri. Now, just to give you a quick bit, this is something you will be familiar with. Indri is in the same system. It's in the IOTA system, and it is the manufacturing hub of Procyon. Over 25% of all goods manufactured in the Procyon sector come from that planet. Okay. It is incredibly industrialized, and there's like thick rust-colored clouds everywhere. It is just like industrial at a massive scale. It's like, now, have any of you heard of a fellow by the name of Zo Onyuntari?
You're gonna have to drop that in chat.
Have we heard of a fellow called?
Sorry, I will do that. Yuntari, that's it. If you would like, again, that's a fortune roll to see if you have. I think, although that will be at 1 dice.
I'll click the button.
Yeah, HP hasn't rolled a fortune yet.
Yeah, why not?
1. Did it? I hit submit. Did it roll? Oh, there's a notes section as well.
Yeah,
hit submit twice.
That one.
Okay. 4. So 4 is a sort of mixed success. You've heard the name, but you've definitely only heard it in like unsavory places. It is not a name that I think it's not a name that it's a name you're not supposed to know. but you have heard of it.
Doc's gonna play coy. Like,
yeah.
You got us.
Yeah, well, he's a Xeno weapons dealer on Indri. Supplies basically anybody with enough cred to, anyone with cred, right? He's supplied the Cobalt Syndicate and the Janus Syndicate and the Maelstrom. Like, anyone who can come and buy, you know what weapons dealers are like. But every once in a while, he comes across something really special and sets up an auction to sell it off to the highest bidder and invites everybody. Well, almost everybody. He didn't invite us.
It must
Why
have
not? Well,
the comm must have gotten hit by a solar ray.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the fact that we pick apart the wreckage of all of his clients and that they generally hate us. But point is, we were not invited, but we're going anyway. Or at least some of us are, and that's where you come in. Because we are persona non grata at one of Zoe's auctions, we need a third party who can go there and steal whatever it is he's selling. Because I've seen you ship. You guys don't have the cred to buy that sort of thing.
I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
And the sort of larger, like, Meshclan rumbles, like, that's not the job. It's like, yeah, it is. I mean, okay. Technically, the job is, I said everyone's going to be there. All the factions. Well, not all of them. A lot of factions. And we like it when factions fight each other because they leave lots of nice little things in a little battlefield for us to pick over and take apart and take back to the derelict. So really what we would like is if you could piss them all off and get them to fight each other. But we would also really like whatever big weapon he's selling.
Wait a minute. We also don't want them pissed off at us. We're trying to make things work out here.
So is everyone. I imagine you guys have to have some sort of, I don't know, disguises, some kind of plan. I mean, come on.
Not for nothing, Bobby-O.
Yeah.
My whole shtick, and he just motions to his outfit and just him in general. I'm more in the business of saving and preserving lives.
Right. Right.
And you want me to start a war?
No. I mean, all right. It's that, or you steal the big weapon for us. That's the job. And you owe us.
That's a pretty big favor, though.
That's why I'll square you up and we'll never say anything to you again.
What if we do both?
If you do both, we'll owe you. Fucking hell. I see. Bobby dreams big. Be more like Bobby.
I want a warranty on those engines.
And also fix the flux dissipators.
I told you this fine. Nothing need to be happening about it.
If they were fine, they wouldn't be causing a reverse vacuum in the freezer.
All right. Hey. Settle down. God, you guys drive a hard bargain. But if they'll get you on board, we'll do that, and then we'll be square, okay? We got a deal?
Doc looks around at the rest of the Bad Beats and Billy. And just shrugs.
Bobby shrugs.
You got us.
All right. Now look, you're not going to be entirely on your own. We also have some people around. We may have some things to put at your disposal since you're going to be working for us. Okay? But we'll work out the details when we get there. Auction's happening pretty soon. So we got a bit of time to iron things out, make plans, see what help we can get. All right? All right. Now, where's those drinks? Where's those drinks, Cord? And Cord just kind of like throws a bottle at Bobby. It's a plastic bottle, just bonks him in the head. It's like, ah! Good one. drinks the Space Mountain Dew. So you got a job.
Mm-hmm.
There is an auction going down on Indri with a big ticket item that the wreckers want you to steal, or cause a bunch of factions to get up in each other's grill,
or both,
or both if you feel like doing both.
I mean, causing a kerfuffle is a good way to steal something.
Exactly. So you have a job, and so the way the system works, we don't have to sit around doing a lot of intricate planning ahead of time. What you're going to do is, once you have a job, you then are going to choose
approach.
Approach, that's the word. Yes, thank you. And then what we'll do is you choose the approach, and then we do what's called an engagement roll, which works just like the fortune roll. And how well you do on that roll determines the position that you're in when we start the action. So again, and there's other things we can do, like, and you will have been assumed to have done a lot of planning and things, and that will come up when it is narratively appropriate. And if you ever want to go back and be like, we bribed this guy to let us in, you do a flashback. And you can do a flashback anytime. The thing about flashbacks is that they will cost you an amount of stress, depending on how, and the more detailed and the more like bigger thing you want. It's like, I want to have got an umbrella in my drink. Is like, no stress, I don't care. Yeah, fine. Yeah. I want to have bribed this one guard, maybe 1 or 2 stress. It's like, I want to have secreted a weapon underneath the bar like 3 days ago. It's like 4 or 5, more that sort of thing. So yeah, and there are 6 different standard approaches: assault, do violence to a target; deception, lure, trick, or manipulate; infiltration, trespass unseen; mystic, engage the mystic way or Ura power; social, negotiate, bargain, or persuade; and transport, carry cargo or people through danger. And for each of those, once you choose it, I will ask you for a detail that is specific to that type of thing. So I think. What are you thinking? Yeah,
I'm thinking deception or infiltration for this. I don't know about how the rest of you are thinking.
Probably.
Deception,
deception, infiltration.
Deception was on the list there. I think there's room for transport if the wreckers want an inside man on our ship. That would pair with deception, because we are a medical ship.
So I think if that's the case, I think that would probably still be deception.
Yeah,
because the detail is the method of deception.
Yeah, because transport feels like we snatch the weapon before it gets there.
Seems unlikely.
Something
since the
like
auction
that.
is soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, we're a medical ship.
Fair.
And I will point out another detail about Endry. It is heavily massively polluted because it is heavily industrialized, and there is such a thing as there's like a very common thing called injury lung. Like, you don't want to be out there without having without having respiratory equipment, things like that. So there are a lot of like the mendicants, medical faction. Do have quite a few people there, trying to help the people with injury lung and other various diseases that you get from working in a big industrial plant.
So,
what's up, Red?
Does one of the guests suffer from this?
Oh, almost certainly. I mean, there's plenty. They certainly could.
I mean,
let's see.
Maybe is that why we're there, to treat a guest while they're at the auction?
So deception, and your method of deception is, we are the medical entourage for a certain
we're doing the pretending to be the wait staff routine. but we're the medical staff.
Medical staff. Okay.
I do also like the idea of the wait staff, actually, thinking about it now.
Well, if I recall, we have a cordial relationship with the mendicants. Not
no, you don't.
No, we have a poor relationship with them.
They do not like like that you now you know.
I will tell you there is definitely
right.
someone who you
forgot
have
who-
there is a relevant faction that you do have a good relationship with who are definitely on there. That's the Cobalt Syndicate because they're a labor union.
I was thinking of that
Yes.
just now. And if they're going to have people there,
Well, they might. They certainly could.
We could reach out.
How likely is it that the Ash Knives are there?
I mean,
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon, and no.
Okay, but here's the thing. Again, I'm not going to nickel and dime you for that. If you want that, like, how are you approaching this? Like, you can decide. Like, if you want to be like, we contact the Ash Knives or we contact the or whatever.
Yeah.
But we need. So we're going with deception, and we want.
I think definitely deception.
Deception. Okay.
Yes.
So then, what we want is the method of deception. So, are you disguising yourselves as, entourage, medical entourage, like medical staff, wait staff, or
So we have
high rollers, like walking in with a big fur coat and being like, "Yeah, we're here to bid on the thing."
Or are we the the groupies of one of the other guests?
Yeah. How are you going to do this?
Because if Cobalt Syndicate and Ash Knives are probably our like two likely ins out of our allies. Medical entourage could make sense. Especially because they're a labor union, and if this is like a planet where people get basically miner's lung,
and worse, and lots of other things.
It would make sense for us to be there as the entourage of a kobold person.
So you want to try and find? Okay, right there.
We're representatives in that sense of a better health position.
Yeah.
Oh, we're an activism group that are there representing workers' rights.
Okay, so you are all right. So you are passing yourselves off as members of the Cobalt Syndicate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like all right. Okay, that's good.
Invite through them.
Yeah. So there we go. Okay, so we need to choose everyone's load. How much are you carrying? And remember, you don't have to select the individual items. You just check light, normal, or heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And light, more easily able to hide these things. Normal. Heavy, you can't really.
Yeah.
Heavy is you're not going to be able to be like, no, this isn't a blaster.
It's just like, don't worry, I'm just here to bid with like 2 machine guns strapped to the back, bandolier grenades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Doc will be going light.
Light. All right.
I'll be going probably. Actually, what's Billy bringing or Bobby bringing?
I want to go normal because then I'm not as strapped for gear. But because this is deception, light is probably the right call.
Well, bear in mind that just from a visual standpoint, if we're coming in as medical people, there will probably be cases.
Yeah, you could get away with, boxes of things.
Yeah.
I think you could make an argument for normal.
Yeah.
If you want
I'm leaning normal.
Okay.
All right, then I'll go light in that case.
All right.
Because I do want to overall be light.
Okay. So that'll make you sort of slightly make it easier for you to, deceive and hide items about your person. The other thing now, we just check the gambits. So the ship has a number of gambits, which are a resource everyone can spend to add additional dice to rolls to try and succeed at them. And there are other things that can generate gambits, and but before every job we reset to 2. So you have 2 gambits to start with. Those are noted on the ship sheet.
Where on the ship sheet?
Under engines,
under engines,
south of engines.
Like
I see. Yes, thank you.
And it is ticked up to 2. And when we use them, we mark it off, but you can generate more. And it's not like 2's a maximum. 2's just, that's where you start with, I believe.
That makes sense.
Yep.
And if you generate more, you generate more. And it resets to 2 after every job.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, now we must make an engagement roll. So the engagement roll, fortune roll, we start with 1 dice, just for sheer luck. And then we modify the dice pool. Major advantages and disadvantages. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
I think so. Take 1 extra dice. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Take 1. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? Take -1.
I'd say this exposes a weakness.
Yeah?
Does it?
Of the target.
Security, because we're getting in by pure deception.
I believe the point is that it's specifically thematic for the
thematic.
Yeah. I don't feel either way.
I was thinking, I think that's neutral on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Take +1.
Yes.
Are any enemies or rivals interfering in this operation? Take -1. Yes.
Yes.
So again, neutral. Any other
dice?
Are there any other elements you want to consider?
Wait, who are interfering with us in this case? Or is every other person there?
A lot of people.
If
everybody else,
then people who we're not friendly with are almost certainly there.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it kind of evens out, maybe. Any other elements? Maybe a lower tier target will give you +1 dice, higher tier target will give you -1 dice. I tell you what, you upgraded the med bay, didn't you? Or you you have a med bay
specifically, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that actually gives you +1 dice because of the method of your deception. You actually have medical equipment.
Yeah, we are a medical transport.
Yeah, we literally are.
So I'm going to say that gives you +1 to that. So that takes you engagement roll up to 3 dice.
Do we lose something because Zoyun Tari is probably a higher tier than us?
You might be right, actually.
Yeah. Usually, especially at the start, you are not going up against anything your own tier.
Yeah. So that will take us down to 2. So we got a 14
still
roll.
Pretty good.
2 still pretty good. All right. Well, HP, it's your ship. So roll fortune 2 dice. This is the engagement roll.
Don't worry, this is not important at all. Actually,
sure.
But how well you do on this determines where we cut to the action. Okay, well there's a 4.
That's all right.
There's a 4. Right. That's not bad. So a 4, 4 is a mixed success. We start in a risky position. There are 3 different types of position in Scum and Villainy. Controlled, risky, and desperate. Risky is kind of like normal, like that's the normal position.
Yeah.
So you start in a risky position when the action starts. So let's go to injury. We should move. Yeah, there we go.
I'm here to treat injuries.
Let me just
I'll say that's not how I spelled injury on my notes at all.
No worries.
It's fine. I'm just winging all the names. I was like, all right, it sounds like that.
Yeah. All right. So yes, you have now. So you're in a risky position. You have been able to get your ship down just in time. However, and this is there is a sort of slight complication here. Not in that the reason that the auction is being held now is that there is a sort of regular pattern of certain factories being activated or switching into high production. That means storms start rolling across Indri, or at least this part of Indri. And Zoon Yuntari likes to do auctions under the cover
of a storm.
of an injury storm, because it makes it harder for the space feds to find out what's going on. And it also means that everyone kind of arrives and hangs around for a while, and it makes it harder to leave and to get comms in and out and such. But you were able to get your ship down and sort of travel in and make contact with the Cobalt Syndicate, who were planning to get trying to get their foot in the door of this thing. Or actually, sorry, was it? Sorry, I may have misunderstood. Was it that you were were you trying to get in touch with them and hang on to them, or were you just going to pretend that you're from the Cobalt Syndicate?
No, I think we're hanging on to them, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. So yes, there is a Cobalt Syndicate worker member, sort of woman with short blonde hair and overalls and everything. Very much the sort of like grunt kind of worker.
Yeah.
Hats.
Yeah. What's
May
up?
I make a suggestion?
What's up?
I feel like we're still going to be cutting outside all the action at the speed we're going right now. How about we're trying to get into the door? We are
Yeah. I was
Okay.
No,
go ahead.
I was getting.
Sorry.
Don't worry. It's like, so you've done all this. This is the setup to where we find ourselves. And this is a risky position. So yeah, you've found your way down to the location where this is happening. It is sort of like underneath. There is one of the huge factories makes some sort of part, self-sealing stem bolts among other things. And there's a lot of it's a working factory, and in the basement of it is where this auction is supposed to be taking place. But like you said, there's a bit of time to kill, and so as you approach, you can hear like music and oomph, 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 oomph from inside. But the door, bouncer on the door, kites in a Xeno with sort of big beetle-like mandibles, kind of looks over the four of you, because Jaina, your contact from the Cobalt Syndicate, is also with you, and it's like, there's a problem with the invite. It seems that it should be there. He's very insistent, like, no, we got it all set up, we're from this syndicate and whatever. And Bobby O, wizard, assured you that the fake credentials that he was able to procure and the fake invite would definitely hold up. But this bouncer is checking you over, and is not immediately like, it's gonna want to, is like, looks at you like, search. There, you're encountering some resistance from the doorman.
All right.
I'd like to look him over and see if there's anything I could call out about him as being a potential medical problem.
I was thinking something similar.
So you want to try?
I was thinking a slightly different angle.
Okay. So I think
it's a doctor roll. 100%.
Yeah, I think that's
a
doctor roll. So yeah, and you're in a risky position.
Yep.
I tell you what we'll do is I will start a clock. Let's do this. What do I want? Here we are.
Also,
yeah.
This is a side part. My skill gives our crew +1 gambit every time we reset. So should we have 3 gambits?
Oh, you have 3 gambits. Okay, cool.
Yay!
Yay!
We're gonna set this to okay. We're in a risky position. I think we want 2 4 clocks.
Okay.
And nameplate. Get in. And actually, yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna set up another. So I actually want a 6 o'clock. Hey.
Yeah, I'm trying to
get out of here.
Thank you.
What?
There we
Oh.
go.
I'm not mod here, so I can't do anything anyway.
Security.
I should fix that.
Yeah.
That just gives me responsibility.
Busted. Actually, I might make that a larger clock just because. But we're going to make this an 8 turn clock. So here's the thing. Here's another thing for Scum and Villainy. Clocks. What that is, these represent, when the clock gets filled up, the thing happens that they represent. So we have one clock for get in and one clock for busted.
And get in is the 4.
Get in is the 4.
Clock,
sorry,
right?
It should be visible. Sorry,
it's not.
Nah, we can't see the name.
Oh no, I know why. Boom.
I think there's a switch. You gotta.
There we go. That should do it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now we got it.
Now we got it. Okay, so get in is a 4 turn clock. Busted is an 8 turn clock. And we'll see. Your various roles may fill either of those.
Yeah.
All right. So HP, make me a doctor roll then. Right. So you should just be able to roll doctor, and I.
Yep.
Don't think
pre-populated, risky, and then there's effect.
Effect. I'm gonna say standard effect.
Okay.
Do you need me to help?
You can. So we can. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Assisting. You take 1 stress to give another player +1 dice.
Yeah. Because I imagine Bobby might like talking to him like a worker to be like, hey, do you like your job? Are you like really having out this union part? So work in concert with the doc.
Sure.
Slip him a union flyer.
Yeah.
If you're all right with that, HP.
Sure. We're a team.
So that's +1 dice to that.
Bonus dice.
Bobby takes a stress.
I take a stress.
All right.
It does also rope you into any consequences that happen.
Yeah, that's part of it.
All right, let's see that roll. A 6. Ooh, okay. So a 6. This is standard effect. It's not a critical, but this is going to fill up. This is going to fill up 2 sides of 2 parts of the get-in clock. So yeah, you look him over, and this is sort of like insectoid aliens. Maybe something you're less familiar with, but you can see that on the back, like his exoskeleton is molting in a way that does not look healthy. Like it looks like it would itch and be uncomfortable and painful. And he just kind of looks and he's like, and as Bobby talks to Bobby, he's like, corrosive fluid, tanks. Standing here, fumes, shell.
But what's your medical situation? What for medical representation do you get with your work?
What?
Oh no! We really got to talk about that.
So here's the thing: you're not past the door, but he is interested in hearing more about the medical plan from the Cobalt Syndicate.
Meanwhile, Doc, after seeing this and the question and answer portion, one of the items I actually already checked off for my light load was the 2 for medkit.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you want to try and maybe treat him? Actually.
Yeah, I want to fish through my medkit. First, I'm looking for something almost like a scrub daddy.
Yeah.
To help get the molting and the itch off. And then some sort of generic antihistamine cream.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think this is part of this is I'm wrapping this into this role because this is this is just he's amenable to you. He's not looking at you quite so you sort of start to rub it on the back of it and he's like, oh yep. Better. I think what this does is that he's now distracted for a bit as he's being treated. He's still hasn't unlocked the door.
Yeah.
But he's being treated. So if you want to try and you still need to do a little bit more to get in. Like, you have your like credentials or your fake thing, trying to get your fake invite, basically. That didn't seem to wash the first time around.
So he has the credentials in his hand,
He might. It might have handed them back to you.
Okay.
Like on a data pad or something.
Yeah, data pad.
Yeah.
Which, if it's on a data pad, I don't know, how good is your hack?
Yeah, I've only got 1 dice in it, but that's still something.
Yeah.
Because the other one I was like, if he's unlocking the door, my other idea was just like maybe just swipe the key, but that's a more obvious. That's a more discoverable.
That would tick up busted. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
I'm just scrubbing a bug over here.
But I tell you what, I will give you, because of your crit on this, I'll give you a controlled position for this role, because he's being treated, and
Fine. I'm gonna grab something I was gonna use anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I was hoping I wouldn't need this because I didn't build my character for it, but it's gonna have to happen. I'm gonna take off the fine hacking rig.
Fine hacking rig. Yep.
So that should increase my effect. And I'm
Increase
just
effect.
I'm gonna try and hack this thing and just like fix whatever the fuck Bobby Oaf screwed up.
Yep. Hack the Gibson. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because I only have 1 dice.
You can spend a gambit.
We have an extra gambit.
It's true.
You use them or lose them, buddy.
Yeah, no. Let's spend that gambit. Let's do that.
And I'm just talking.
The other thing
what
I can
I'm
do
doing
is
up like basic union medical benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can also offer devil's bargains for extra dice if you're interested. But,
at least offer it to me. I can always say no.
I'm gonna say that I'll give you an extra dice, but if this works, your credentials will be immaculate, but will be for someone who is already there. It'll work.
Oh, there'll be somebody coming in later that'll like get stopped or. Oh no, so they're already there. There's going to be a point where it's like we have double
things, yes, but it will work for now.
Oh, I'm gonna pass on that, even though it'd be very funny. I think I can do this with 2 dice,
right.
especially with the fine hacking.
Famous last word. Okay, yeah, let's see it.
Position is controlled.
It is.
Effect is, I think.
Effect is standard effect. Yeah.
Standard by default.
Hold on, let me check.
What is it? No, I mean, what do you say it is?
Yeah, I think this is. Well, you have your fine hacking tools.
That's what I was at. Yeah, because that would step it up 1.
Yeah, it's standard by default, so that steps it up to great effect. Yeah,
awesome. Correct. Submit 2 dice. Oh wait, no, 1 bonus dice. Right. Yeah.
Yep. That is a 4. That is a mixed success from a controlled position. You do it. You hesitate. Withdraw.
Yeah, I know. I type quickly and then it's like I've made a mistake.
Okay, but this is going to tick up get in. But I think what this is going to do is complication is I am going to start to tick up the busted clock. I'm going to tick it up by 1.
Yeah, I think control is 1.
Something went wrong.
There's a minor mistake in there. We're not going to specify it. I have ideas, but let's leave that open.
There's some sort of mistake.
Yeah.
But with that, like, treatment is finished, and he stands back up and is like, ugh.
I hand back the data pad.
Swipes it across his thing. Must be radiation. Busted old thing. And does a sort of like wibble, and there's he like shakes his wings out from his back. And it's like, yeah. And pushes in the code, and door opens.
Think about what we talked about medical.
He holds up the flyer in a pincer. And so, yeah.
Go Unions.
Union.
Yeah. I hand him a tube of like an antifungal as we go in as well. Like, once a day on the itchy spot. It'll clear up in no time.
All right, but you make your way in. So, yeah. Heading in. And again, this is like a sort of working factory. Some things are moving around, conveyors. There's big buckets of things pouring things into other things. But in amongst all of that, around all of that, there are like tables and music and like people walking around with drink trays, and there's a few tables in the back with people rolling some dice, playing some cards, and they are almost all of them look like mean motherfuckers.
Scum of Hive and Villainy.
Villainy, yeah. But there is a sort of tension in the air. They're all, you recognize like a bunch of different insignia and things. You can see at least there's Draxler's Raiders, Maelstrom Pirates, the Sun Eaters are here. You also spot some members of the Cult of the Seekers, the Janus Syndicate, and some Night Speakers. They're all sort of just like in amongst various others who may or may not be affiliated. And once you're in, Jaina sort of turns to you and is like, "Okay, I got you in. I'm gonna go get a drink. That was the deal. We got you in this far, yeah?
Yeah. I'll have a spanner.
All right, sure. I'm gonna be at the bar. Anything else you guys do? I was never here. Just favors and everything. It's not
All
usual.
Doc
not my
is
usual thing.
before Jaina goes to walk away, Doc is gonna reach out and put a hand on their shoulder and just be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
thank you."
no problem. Just cool.
Pat
Goes
him
over.
and send him off.
Goes over to a drink where there's a bot behind the bar. Just each of its fingers is like a nozzle. And just
I just have two little. Oh no! Is a tiny little one with pipes to the end and two little spigots?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it by chance named Bosco?
Maybe.
Okay.
Botsko.
Yeah, bots go.
Oh
Yeah.
right, Bosco. Sorry.
But there are a lot of there's all sorts of scum and villainy and nasty people, and exactly the kind of people you would expect to be at an illegal weapons auction. And there are a number of like display cases as well with other merchandise available for purchase. This is sort of like a sales event with a big item at one point.
Happy 935.
Happy 935.
So yeah, you're in. That mistake may come back to bite you later, but don't worry about it. So what's the plan?
Okay.
All right.
So
there.
I haven't decided yet if Russell went in with them through the front door or not.
Oh, do you want to? If you want to be somewhere else?
Yeah, because I'm considering like we want to make this out with the item, which means the item is probably somewhere being kept under security.
Right.
And we need to find where that is.
Yeah.
So the idea I've been balling around is maybe Russell is going the back way and trying to like
Are you the janitor?
Yeah, either like the janitor, or you're basically trying to get in with like the staff working the event.
Okay.
Or like pretending to be security or something like that.
All right.
So dealer in one of the sabak tables.
Basically, I'm trying to get into the position where I can get the information we need to find.
Okay.
Find that item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds. What do we think?
Sounds like a flashback, at least.
It sounds like a flashback.
Yeah. So I think this is going to cost you 2 stress. Because this is a pretty significant, thing. But trying to parlay your sort of disguise of janitor, staff into getting the information you need, it sounds like it could be Sway or Skulk. Either of those would work. Sway trying to convince people to let you do the thing.
The flashback I was thinking is we find one of like the security guards outside of work, like before this, beat him up and steal their identity.
Oh God!
Can I make an addendum? Instead of beating them up, hit them with a powerful sedative. I have drugs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That works. I like that. It's like they're going to be out for the night.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That is definitely 2 stress flashback. That's the method. You do that, and you take their disguise, and you're trying to, I think sway if you're trying to just get information. Yeah.
Skulk also works.
Well,
like
Skull, I did say sway or
Skulk. I'm basically trying to look in the back rooms for any information where the item is kept.
Okay, I think that sounds more like Skulk to me then. Yeah. Okay, but you can do that, Skulk. This is definitely a risky position.
So I assume spy gear will help with that.
Yeah, if you use the spy gear.
Check what spy gear is. I think it
should.
Disguises, voice modulators, mini cameras, thermal scanners, false thumbprints, and audio filters. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
I'm marking off spy gear.
Yep. That will. I think that just mechanically was it increased effect probably.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say increased effect.
It's a matter of like you need this to even do it.
Actually, that's true. No, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna spend a gambit because I only have 1 dice.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep, that's fine. Spend a gambit. Use your spy gear. This is a risky position, and I think this is standard effect after all. So let's go.
Yes. So Skulk, risky position. Is it standard effect? Yes.
Standard effect. Yes.
And 1 bonus dice.
Correct.
We rolled
easy peasy.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Red spent a gambit during his roll as well, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so we have 1 gambit.
Yeah.
1 gambit.
And remember, if you roll a 6 on a roll that does not have a gambit spent on it, you generate a gambit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the things I get is a skill where I still generate gambits.
Also,
but I don't have that skill.
Yeah. Okay.
Would we have generated 1 on my roll because I didn't spend a gambit?
Oh, you didn't. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Go up by one gambit then. Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
2 gambits.
Find item. Okay. Nameplate. You should be able to see the name of that. Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do, you got a 6 on that. I'm actually going to tick that up. I'm going to tick that up 2. So yeah, you in your skulking around. Meanwhile, everyone else. Meanwhile, at the back, the janitor is sneaking around, finding a bunch of. There is a sort of, terminal that has a. Well, not a terminal, no, a data pad. They have a sort of network of data pads that they were using for this whole thing. Everyone was issued with one. You took one off of the guy who you anesthetized and took his stuff.
Yeah.
And they all seem to have a sort of proprietary connection on them. You open it up, and once you get in there, you can use it to open certain doors. You find where they're keeping a lot of really good weaponry. Really nice stuff, really heavy, the sort of weapons that are like clean and nice and high firepower. And you learn that there is a whole structure to this thing. It's in this room, in this thing, there's a schematic. So you have a schematic, and there is a number of like weapons lockers or weapons caches around the factory. And you've found there's one that is marked as off limits. All the other ones are like restricted. There is one that is just like no one is allowed in there. One is like not even with the right clear, only Zoe is allowed in there. That's the thing.
I'm just gonna go through the schematics on my data pad.
Yeah.
And circle that one, and then I'm gonna beam it to Billy's data pad.
Yeah, you beam it back to Billy. So as you get in, having some drinks, a number of tough customers sort of around, you get a bling with a little schematic popping up on your data pad.
Yeah, with that one specifically circled.
Yeah,
and just arrow says here.
Yep.
And it's like I look around. It's like looking one direction, showing it to Doc on the other with the other arm.
Yeah, Doc leans over and just sighs. Okay.
How do we do?
While he's thinking, Doc fishes not out of his med kit, a tiny little vial of pills out of the pocket of his vest, and pops the lid off, and you can see his hand is shaking a little bit. And he just tips one out and throws it under his tongue, and he's clearly thinking, but also you can see his heart rate is coming back down. He's maybe not as clear-minded as he could be, but he's calmer about it.
Yeah.
As he slides that back into his vest pocket.
And as I continue in the back area, because I assume these boxes have like special locks on them. They require.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be looking for whatever we need to open this special box.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Doc just is like, if we can't get in the room, we're gonna have to get it in transit.
Yeah. Also that. I'm also the way of getting into the room in the first place.
Yeah.
So
my question is, how they? So it's in this room, right?
What's in this building?
The room that's been circled.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's in that room, right? That might be off limits, but the room next door.
Yeah. It's times like these I wish I had gone into construction.
Aren't you lucky? My uncle was in construction. Spent a summer working for him. You pick up a thing or two.
As you guys are having this conversation, by the way, a sort of waitress kind of pass with a tray of drinks and other things on. It's like, your boys okay? You need anything? Complimentary, thanks to Zoe.
Aw, thank you. I'll take a little snack.
Yeah.
If there's a drink on her platter that is blue, Doc is going to grab that one.
Of course there is.
Yeah, why wouldn't there be? It's from your nail.
Blue.
Doc reaches out and plucks it off and just gives a cordial, thank you.
No problem. Always, Zoe makes a point to treat all of his potential buyers well. You never know. Always good to get a good relationship going, and I think you guys with the and now to be with the Cobalt Syndicate have like a blue stripe that they put on everything. So if you want to be disguised as Cobalt Syndicate, you might have a blue stripe on there.
I feel like Red and I definitely would from our entry point. If that...
True, but would Jenna be okay with that?
Yeah.
Would they prefer that we didn't?
Tell you what, make a fortune roll.
All right.
And what outcome do you want from this, Red?
I have no it would help because it gives us a little bit more legitimacy. But I fully understand, like she said, I was never here.
Yeah.
That made me think, maybe she doesn't want us to.
Okay, well, a success will help you out, I think. So that makes sense.
One dice?
Yeah, just the one.
One luck. Nope.
2. Yeah, no, she was definitely insistent. Like, no, you are not gonna do that.
Probational.
Yeah. Oh well. Don't get too many. They don't tend to buy from us that much, but then they don't have that kind of cred. But maybe things are going up in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, just scoping out the terrain. Probably not buying on that. What was it called again? That really fancy thing everybody's
the big
talking
one.
about.
Oh, the big one. Yeah, the big one.
You know what that's called? I keep forgetting it. Like I said, it's outside of our wheelhouse, so don't really.
Sounds like
you're
trying to get some info out of her.
Absolutely, I am.
It sounds like you're trying to consort. That's what that is.
Ah, God damn it!
We'll pretend that I chose the blue drink because of the Cobalt Syndicate.
Yes, for sure.
Of course you did.
Consort, yes.
Okay. I could push.
Yeah.
To get a die.
That's true. You can always push your. Sorry, that's another thing you can do.
Yeah, you can always
underneath.
Push.
You can push yourself for 2 stress for a dice, or take a devil's bargain, not both. Assist someone else helps you out.
I'm
gambit.
I'm peeking at
Doc.
Doc. Any I've tried to remember your first name, Percy, but
yeah.
I'm looking at Doc, and it's like not in character, but out of character. I'm looking at HP basically. It's like
I'm gonna actually like try to lean in to this and take over the conversation a little bit with I'm a doctor, not a.
Right.
Yeah.
And I am going to say like I'm a doctor, not a.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I see. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading. I'm a doctor. Yeah.
I'm a doctor, not a. What would be a good thing here? We're trying to get her to give us.
I'm a doctor, not an arms dealer.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor, not an arms dealer, and what I'm going to try to do is get her to correct me.
Gotcha.
I heard it was a blankety blank blank blank.
This. Yeah. Okay. Push yourself. Okay, so if you do that, what we can do, we can do that instead. You can push yourself, use to roll doctor while performing a different action. So it costs you 2 stress to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and
I mean, I'm assisting here clearly because
I
was already part of this conversation. 1 stress. Yeah,
1 stress.
Helping is better than pushing.
Yeah, HP roll doctor with bonus dice. And risky position, standard effect.
Yep, because I need to justify which patient researcher posting taught me this trick.
You do.
It is in my background that I was like a combat doctor.
Yeah.
So in one of my previous engagements helping out an officer after an injury, he would have... I'm imagining he was having a conversation with another officer about a weapon they were trying to deploy to the field. And I'm gonna like specifically a Hemegony weapon.
Yeah, that'll work.
And so I heard it was a high impact plasma cannon or something like
that.
Yeah. Okay, so roll me doctor, risky standard.
Okay.
1 bonus die.
Standard, 1 bonus from dice. Red.
5. Okay. All right. So you do risky. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm. Complication occurs. Reduced effect. End up in a desperate position. Okay. So, so she sort of looks at you and she's like, "Oh, I mean, no, high impact plasma cannon. That's a different thing. I mean, that's an infantry weapon. This," she leans in. "This is a capital ship weapon."
Oof. I must have misheard.
Yeah. But complication. This is this conversation of you chatting up this or talking to this waitress. Complication is that there's another patron that she was very friendly with earlier. who might be taking some offense to this.
Oh no.
Now, here's the thing. If you don't want that consequence, you can resist.
True.
You can always resist the consequence, but the way you do that is we roll a d6.
And that's the amount of stress you spend
well,
on
no,
this.
it is 6 stress reduced by that d6 roll.
Right. Correct.
And it costs you that much stress to resist that consequence.
Yeah.
Or we can just let that consequence ride and it'll be another thing in the sea.
I'm in favor of letting this one ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc would not at all be thinking about not stepping on somebody's flirting toes. So
Yep.
But no way would Bobby be thinking about that either.
Okay. So I'm gonna start a clock called Bar Fight.
Oh no!
Fantastic.
As actually, yeah, I know who comes over. There's someone you know. They have the symbol of the ashen knives on them, who kind of like suddenly is looming behind you. This feathered Xeno, who has sort of a custom tailored suit that fits onto his wings with just folded arms behind you, and just kind of looks like taps you on the shoulder, taps Doc on the shoulder.
Doc
is like,
what? Turns and looks.
Think maybe you should have your drink and I'll let my friend here get back to work.
That's absolutely fair. I was just making conversation with the staff, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And he like cheers with. I'm assuming he picked that the blue drink came in like a martini glass.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Why not?
And so he just cheers at the guy like cordially, just
like the GIF.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
He's like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then slams it.
I mean, I think this might be trying to. I mean, I kind of want to see what happens here. With
I want this to be I want this to be a command roll. So he like he's trying to use his like operating theater commanding presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Command roll. Yep. That is command. It's definitely a risky position.
I'm gonna spend a gambit on this.
Okie dokie. Spend a gambit.
That's our last, right?
Nope, we have one left.
No, we have one more.
One left.
Oh, sorry.
Because we're even if he rolls a 6 on that gambit.
Yes.
So.
No, I don't. But you generated one when you rolled a 6 earlier.
I concur.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm rolling this with 2 dice because I do have a point in command.
You do. All right. Well, okay. 5. So yeah, you sort of like slam it back, and he just kind of looks you over. I think it's just the sort of like rolling his eyes at the kind of attempted bravado, but it's not. It's just like, oh, he's an idiot. He's harmless, something like that. I do think. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? Yeah. You can suffer harm. Oh, you can suffer harm. You take a level 1 harm, which is you just slammed back that drink.
Oh yeah.
I slammed back that drink on an otherwise empty stomach, except for the prescription painkiller I just took.
Yes. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Level 1 harm.
Where is that track?
That is underneath your stress track. You see, you've got 3, 2, and 1.
Yep.
So in one of those 1 boxes, I want you to write in. Let's see. Head, like your head is swimming, like you're just like
loopy.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna write loopy.
Loopy. That's a good one. Yes. So that gives you less effect on rolls and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh boy.
Like after slamming it back, whoo!
Just like this alien is just like, pushes you aside and just like takes off with the waitress.
I should read the label.
Yeah.
Doc, you're all right.
I'll let you know.
There's some whispers like, did you see that?
I pick up my pad, open a little chat program, and type to Bad Beats like.
That was definitely a sipping drink.
He's already drunk.
Typical.
There's a few whispers like, do you see that guy just knocked back an entire goggle blaster? What's wrong with him?
Keep me away from heavy machinery.
All of this stuff work. Something like stamping out pieces.
I also send
steel.
I send a second message to Beats and be like, it's like it's a capital weapon, by the way.
Capital ship weapon, yeah.
Capital ship weapon target.
Yeah.
Groovy.
That probably does mean that it's not necessarily something you can just kind of carry out of here.
That was what I was immediately thinking after I sent that message. It was just like, oh fuck no.
Yeah.
We can't just put that in a backpack and take it away.
I send back. You say, "Are you forklift certified?"
Sends it back.
Meanwhile, Doc,
at least
three
systems.
Doc leans over and it's reading it and be like, "What did I just say about heavy machinery?"
All right.
I can handle it, not you.
So, Doc's drunk.
Yep.
You gotta try and nab a capital ship weapon, and don't forget there was also the idea of maybe starting some shit here to get the factions pissed off.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
We
have a bar fight brewing, maybe.
True.
The clock is there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try to find a way to get into the room before I try to reconnect into the crowd and mingle. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to try and find a route before you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, find how to get it. If there's a way to get in, how do we get in?
How are you going to go about that? And again, think cinematically. Like, think what happens next in the movie that we're watching.
Obviously, I'm gonna try and get into the security room.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Really quick.
Yeah.
No worries. But it's again like, how are you going to get into there? Like, what method are you going to talk someone? Are you going to sneak in there? Are you going to hack your way in there? Like, how are you going to accomplish this?
I'm gonna find the nearest guard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if I can borrow his key card because I forgot mine.
That sounds good. That sounds like Sway, I think.
Yeah. I'm playing to my skills, Red. I'm playing to the skills I put points in.
Yep, that's a good way
I
to
should do that more often too.
I mean, rolling on skills you have nothing in just means more interesting things happen.
True.
Yeah.
But yes, okay, so Sway. This is going to be risky position. I think this is going to be. Yeah, you have your risky. This might be less effect just because you're trying to get into the security room, So we'll still keep you in a risky position though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go up to this guy. It's like, all right, well, they let one of Jajana's guys use one of the employee toilets, and it's a mess in there. Sadly, I dropped my key somewhere. I need to get in there now. The boss getting angry. They want the toilet fixed. Can I borrow your key card?
Roll it. All right. Come on, dice. That's a 6.
Yes.
All sixes. That also generates a gambit because
that does
that's
generate
a
a gambit. Yep. Okay, so he looks at you. He's like, "Better you than me, buddy." Hands it over. It's like, "I want it back, though. Like, don't be too just."
Yeah, I'll be back in a moment. It won't
all right.
take about 20 minutes.
Well, on a less effect, but you rolled a 6, so it is. You do it at a gambit to. Okay, so it's only on a critical that you get increased effect. So
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to find the item up by 1 as we go up. But yes, you swipe this guy's keys, dash off in the direction of the toilet, loop back around, make your way into the security room. Now, the security room, you have a key card to get in there. There is somebody who is there is like one person plugged into everything. They are sort of like sat in front of a range of monitors. They have like kind of like a Cerebro sort of like headset on with a bunch of different things. They're human, but they have like mechanical extra Waldo arms that are doing like additional bits of typing and everything.
And do those like have 10 fingers that can type?
Oh yeah, they go yeah, definitely. And they're just kind of and there are a bunch of different screens. There are cameras over here. There are cameras in places that you're pretty sure like I didn't see a camera in there. You know what? I'm not going to worry about this. But yeah, they are in there.
So I'm going to quickly scan the cameras to see if I can spot the room because it's probably cameraed up.
It probably is. I'm going to also say if the others want to help with this, the cameras, cameras are looking at everywhere, and there is this one person, hooked up to all the security footage and so on. So it is possible for you guys to help in this situation.
I'll do is like I'll go through all the cameras on the screen and mark them on my data pad and send them off to them so they can see where the camera positions are.
But you want to try and
then try to find also the room we're looking for.
Let me see if I can.
The assistance I am going to try to provide, if I know the basics of what he's doing, is to create a distraction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Namely,
that sounds good.
I'm drunk and loopy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after finding, I'm like, I'm gonna walk over to the bird person.
Oh no.
Yep.
Like, hey man, I didn't like your tone.
And I would like to remind you that this bird person is huge.
Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Hollow bones. It's fine.
That's just better.
Yeah, that's better. And so as you sort of like sneak in there, take a stress to help here because this is going to be because I think what this is study. Study a person, document, or item with close scrutiny to gather information and apply knowledge.
Yeah.
So Lamb is making a study roll,
which
I'm helping.
Which I don't have any points in.
Don't have any points.
Better. But I'm gonna use a gambit.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we are a risky position, right?
Yes. You can also push yourself as well. I think. Yeah, you can.
I've taken basically no stress. I can push myself.
Anybody we could all instead of pushing, we could also be like get Devil's Bargain. Anybody get Devil's Bargain?
All right.
Well, we can do push for now because I think there's enough shenanigans that can happen as part of this already for the moment. Yeah. Anyway, make me that study roll then.
Okay.
Definitely risky.
So how many bonus dice is that? 2?
That's 2. That's 1 from pushing yourself. Well, 1 from pushing yourself, 1 from assist, and if you spend a gambit, that's
so 3.
Yeah, let's do a gambit.
What have we got?
Wow.
4.
Okay, 4.
That's good.
4's not bad.
Yeah.
Because it's zero dice in the skill.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah. 4. Okay, 4 is fine. 4 is a mixed success. From a risky position, you do it, but there's a consequence.
I have a suggestion for what I discover.
Yes.
I discover that room is a loading bay, which means we can access it from the outside.
It would make sense. Yeah, it is a loading. Yeah, there's a loading bay. You can access it from the outside.
And I have a suggestion for a complication. the bar fight.
Shall I just fill up bar fight? Shall I just fill up bar fight?
Yeah, of
let's fill
course.
up bar fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fully fill up bar fight. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just one point, but okay.
No.
I mean, I was gonna recommend 2 or 3, but I'm drunk, so
I think sometimes that is what happens. Sometimes an occasion occurs where you're like, no, this just fills it up immediately because of the fiction.
You flip a dark side point.
Yeah, basically, this is one of those times. So the bird person turns around to you, and one of the a little like short, fairly like heavy set human guy with bald head pops his head around and he's like, "Do you know who this is? This is Pasha the Rock Lenser." I'm not making that up. That's from the book.
I know. It still makes me laugh.
It's like, this is the bird of terror, the beast incarnate.
Oh, the rock with ROC, of course.
Like thick as a rock.
What was his last name again?
Lenser. And he's like, his wings flap up and it just flaps at you and go tumbling backwards.
Aw, hell.
Rolls up sleeves. All right.
Like, gets in there.
Yeah,
this just starts, like, I'm assuming this, like, escalates instantly. There's, more than just the bird.
The bird has an entourage. This is an ashen knife, and there are a number of other ashen knives. The sort of like, they run all the gambling dens and the criminal. They're a pretty hardcore criminal organization.
Okay.
And he like whips out knife. A bunch more of them start to join in. A number of people around. In that same way that in a British pub, when someone drops a plate, everyone goes, "Wait!" Whenever a bar fight breaks out in a criminal underworld weapons
syndicate,
auction, everyone goes, "Yeah."
Doc gets knocked into the jukebox, Barroom Blitz starts playing.
Yep.
In that case, Bobby will grab his bottle and go up to the first guy. Just knock him over the haste. Bobby's not the kind of person that wants to kill.
This is dunk.
But concussion is fun.
Yeah,
he's been in bar fights before, so I guess scrap.
Scrap. Oh yeah, we're fully in scrap. If you're scrapping, we're scrapping.
I'm scrapping.
Let me see about.
I mean, this is not productive to figuring this out, but
No, but I think what we could have is a clock for getting out of the fight, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's start that. Okay, bar fight's filled up.
Removed from the premises.
Well, that's the other one.
I'm just gonna put in escape the fight.
Yeah.
Escape the fight. That can happen in a number of different ways.
I was gonna say that's not what I had planned, but I see what you mean.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm not escaping this fight. I'm finishing this fight.
Well, that sure. You know what? No. Okay. Hold on.
No, it's fine. No.
Finish the fight.
No, because partially we wanted to continue after we leave.
All right. Get out of the fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're not.
All right. So make a scrap for me then.
Yeah. What am I gonna do here? Because I have one pip.
I could try and dive for the legs of whoever he's gonna hit. Because I'm on the ground.
I'm just you're on the ground. Okay, if you're not helping, then no. But I have the idea it's like it's 2v, like it's a group brawl because we're not gonna like.
When I say I'm on the ground, I mean I just got knocked on my ass.
Yeah,
I think what you're doing is upgrading it to a group brawl.
I guess. I might just push myself.
Yeah.
It gets me 2 dice. That's enough.
Sure does.
Ugh. 5 stress to go. All right, no. Spend while you got him.
Yeah.
Scrap.
Scrap.
Risky.
Definitely risky. And I'm gonna stand.
Going after. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm going after some of these.
Yeah, that's fine.
Come on, dice. Let's go.
Let's see. Well,
that's
a 4.
Kind of what I expected.
Okay, that's gonna tick up. It's gonna tick up. Get out of the fight by
Slam one over the head, break the bottle dramatically, and like grab the other guy, and he's like punches me first, and I punch him back.
One of the other ones is like going to spear you, try and spear you through a table. You'll take your consequence. Yeah, you'll take a level 1 harm of I don't know, bruised
rib.
Bruised rib. Yep, that'll do. So far, this looks like maybe this isn't the first time a fight has broken out at one of them. You know, especially with Pasha. Yeah.
Really.
Meanwhile, so this fight, all the cameras turning over to that. The security person. They get on the comms and start calling for we got a brawl in sector 7.
I just realized I put my points in sway. What I wanted to do was talk to people kindly. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it there because that's gonna come in handy.
Yeah. But yes, you found there's a loading bay out the back. You sent off the message to the others. They haven't responded for some reason.
No, I'm not picking up right now.
No, I'm
kind of.
I think I'm gonna spot it on the camera.
Yeah, you're like, guys, and then you see Bobby getting speared into a table.
No, at this point, like Bobby getting hit over the head with a chair. Like
a chair.
I'm just gonna unzip my janitor disguise. Like fuck, and just take it off and start. No. Start running into the big crowd.
Like the Superman run with the unzip.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you were undercover. Keep going because I like this way better. Just like,
all right.
I love the Russell's May response is like, oh well, they started the fight. No, without me.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I'm supposed to be the muscle.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to do something.
Very well. What do
I
you
want to set it up so that when I get punched back, like pushed back or something, that I get knocked into a table of people who aren't part of the fight right now.
Right. You want to? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or like wrestle in. I kind of want to make it just make it clear that it's like it wasn't my fault, even though it was.
Okay. What would that be then? So
sway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Guile,
Yeah.
Charm, logic.
Trying to get other people involved.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sway. This is a risky position with a standard effect. Let's go.
I got 2 dice in there. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
This will be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
No bonus dice, thank you. See?
Oh, that's a
failure, right?
That's a 3. So a 3 is things go badly. You suffer harm or complication occurs. You end up in a desperate position. You lose this opportunity.
Oh no! I know what table what I get sent into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get sent. I was aiming for the table of the Sun Eaters. In actuality, I get pushed into the table of the Yanis Syndicate.
Yeah, I was thinking, I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
You pushed into the Yanis Syndicate. This is going to tick up Busted by 3.
That's kind of...
by 3 points. Or by...
3 points.
By 2, sorry.
Yeah, risky's 2 usually.
Sorry, yeah, 2. I miscounted. By 2. You get thrown into the table of the Yanis Syndicate, who are just kind of sitting back and letting this happen. Like, hey! Pop up. And you kind of I don't know if you would recognize the voice of someone there, someone in the back. Maybe there is a sort of voice.
Hi, Lewis.
Wait, and then you go, get dragged out again.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, that was that fucker that stiffed us. Hey, and then all the other. It's that the scene in Spider-Verse where all the scientists just pull the guns.
Yeah,
it's like.
Oh shit, we're going to guns? Oh no.
Well, one of those pulls out maybe a knife or something like that.
I was gonna say brass knuckles or anything.
Yeah.
What? No, one of them is gonna pull out a gun, and then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna run in, pull out my gun, and try to shoot their gun out of their hand.
Oh no.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. You want to appear and do that? Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So that was
and when I attack from hiding or spring a trap, I take +1.
Very good. That seems good to me.
Yeah. So that's a risky.
Risky position. I think this is.
Would it be desperate because he's firing a gun in an auction house?
No, it wouldn't be desperate. It won't be desperate.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, desperate is you overreach your capabilities, you're in serious trouble. We're not quite there yet.
Firing the gun,
so close.
So close. All right. Yeah, risky standard. Let's just risky standard. When in doubt, risky standard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I accidentally added a bunch of bonus dice that weren't supposed to be there.
How many was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be 3 dice in total, so it's the 5.
Right. 2, 2, 5. Yeah, I'm happy to take
yeah, let's do it like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't order on the no, it doesn't order on size. No,
it just does it in whatever order it gets rolled in. Okay. That's gonna tick up get out of the fight. 1. However, with your you now appearing in your thing,
would it be 2?
Oh no, so it would be
standard
2.
effect.
Sorry, yes, I keep.
There could be a reason it's only 1, but
no, 2 sounds good. But
yeah, I think it's limited as 1, risky is like standard is 2, great is 3.
3, yeah.
General,
yeah.
Again, things might.
This is also going to tick up busted though.
Yeah.
Well, whoops, sorry, not that much.
Oh, it's roll instead of.
Yeah, there we go. Tick it up there because you have now appeared not in disguise and are shooting into a bunch of Yanis Syndicate people. So now
their gun was
the gun. Yes,
out.
but you're shooting into a crowd of people. Right? So with the gun going off and this not just being a brawl anymore, there is now a number of security coming in, like the people who are wearing. They look again more of these insectoid Xenos, similar to the one you saw outside. Heavy sort of like they sort of drop down. It's clear that this is now escalated beyond the point at which, it's a bar fight amongst criminals. It's like no, this is like okay, you draw a gun, boom. We're stepping things up now. Like no, okay, let's calm this down.
That's when we make our ways out.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Doc from the floor has been scrambling towards the door this whole time.
I mean,
that's a roll you can make.
Yeah, I was going to say scramble isn't.
In fact,
scramble. This is scramble.
Okay.
In fact,
he's trying to go from under table to under table, but.
Oh yeah, that would be Skulk, I think.
Let me have a look.
That would be Skulk.
Skulk about unseen, pickpockets, employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand. Scramble to a position or away from danger. Lift, up, run, climb, jump, swim, traverse harsh environments.
I have an assist for this because this was the action I was planning to do, but it would actually also help.
Yeah.
HP. I was gonna, because this being a factory, I assume it has like a, like a fire.
Fire suppression system.
Fire suppression.
So I was thinking.
I'm gonna shoot one of the nozzles to set off the fire suppression system.
Right.
To cause even more chaos. And also, it would help HP scramble out of the fight.
I'm sorry. I do think this is scramble rather than
works for me.
So yeah, this is scramble. Assist. So you get +1 dice. Let's see.
How many dice do you have?
That would be 1.
With the assist, or
with the assist?
1 with the assist. 0 to start with.
Take a gambit. We have 2.
You can take a gambit. Yeah.
Sure, I'll take.
I'm trying to think.
There's any Devil's Bargain. Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Everybody's allowed to offer them.
Yeah,
so.
you can. Anything you can think of.
I got one. Yes, you managed to get out, but one person sees you. Feather Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You end up with one person on your tail, and that is Pasha.
Mono Alberto.
Yeah, I like that. You want to take that Devil's Gambit?
Sure.
That gives you an extra dice and that complication.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm rolling 3 dice because I'm spending a gambit.
Correct.
Yep.
This is now a desperate position.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
Yep.
Dice.
Desperate position.
So,
And you will have standard effect.
so if I click, scramble, desperate, submit, standard effect, 3 dice.
Yep.
And go.
Okay, there's a 5. That's pretty good. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm or a serious complication occurs. Now, serious complication. This is on top of the other stuff we already mentioned. First of all, this is going to tick up get out of the fight by 2 because it's standard effect.
Yep.
As you try and escape your way out over there. Let's see. Serious complication. How do we feel about just filling up the busted clock?
Oh no! Oh, we should.
That would be it would be the most interesting narratively, so I'm good with
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the case where I'm just like, oh no, we're gonna get so much fallout from this job, but I'm like, yes.
yeah. All right. So, Doc manages to scramble under the table, and as you sort of pull yourself up out of there, there are 2 things that happen. One is that you notice that taken up to the skies, who's just flapped up, Pasha is flapped up into the air and is looking around and is sort of dive bombing directly towards you like a sort of hawk, while at the same time you pull yourself up into someone else who's running, who's trying to get out of here. And this is someone that Hold on. I gotta pull up a thing. Hold on.
Oh,
Are
you looking at my character sheet?
No.
Okay.
Lambs.
No, yep. I'm looking at Lambs.
I know. I already know who this is.
You run into someone you've definitely run into before. Aura, the info broker. And it's like Doc Thorne, she says really loud.
Oh no! At least you didn't say Percy.
You son of a bitch, where's Bad Beats? He's got to be around here somewhere. Saying this very loudly as this bird is pushing through and trying to dive bomb directly at you. She looks around.
Aura! And no. I come in for a hug. And a spit.
And then
to put Aura between me and the bird.
The 3 of you just go tumbling out of the way, but everyone's as the rest of you, Bobby, you crash into that table of Yana Syndicate people. They're like,
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, but not. It's Doc Thorne. It's wait, I hear that. That's them. Bad Beats. Doc Thorne. You son of a bitch! Where's my damn
sorry, I
friends?
gotta go. Got an appointment. I wanna run for the door that Russell came in through, and pull everybody in and lock it.
Okay. That definitely also sounds like scramble to me. I think.
I was hoping for rig, but that makes sense.
Rig.
That's the door, but it's I gotta get through the door first.
You do still have to get through.
Yeah, get out of fight. Yeah. In that case, I'm just gonna fight my way out.
I'm heading for the main exit, just so we're clear. The same way we came in.
Scrap.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking the one with Russell because we still need to get that thing.
I was gonna say, I think
one of us needs to get to the ship.
It's true, and somebody has to fly that thing.
Well, if you wanted to have somebody waiting for
been
you,
thinking honestly,
then that might be a good opportunity for a flashback to say, we
do have some resources from the records. We could have.
Records did say they would help you out a bit.
Yeah,
you might have somebody ready to pilot.
That's what I'm hoping, that they're ready to do the pickup, and then we skedaddle from there.
Fair enough.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works for me.
If you want to do that, that's a flashback.
I have.
Oh, we technically it hasn't happened yet, so.
Okay, well we can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes.
Yeah. I have an idea what we do with the getaway driver.
Okay.
All right.
Because I have one item left to tick off. I can get a detonator. So we can blow our way stuff into the room.
God damn it.
Get the crate, and then get to the getaway driver.
All right. Well, one thing at a time. We got to get there first. So, Red, you were trying to get out of Dodge, right?
Yes, I want to get out of Dodge, and I'm suddenly realizing that I could have gear on me that would help with that, wouldn't it? Huh? Yeah, that'd be interesting.
You can whip out something. What do you got?
And it's like, pull out a blaster.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh, by the way, I forgot. I need to take off communicator because we've absolutely been using those pads.
Oh, sure. Good point. Good point. Oh, by the way, HP, you made a desperate roll, right? In prowess. So mark XP in that.
Yep.
Okay.
Soundtrack above it.
There. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking, Red?
I think I'm just gonna fight my way out. I shouldn't make this more complicated than it is.
Did you want to have any equipment to help you with that?
No, I don't have anything fine in that regard, so.
No, but you
wouldn't improve my effect or anything.
Oh, you've got. Okay. That's true.
Bobby's more of a bar brawler. He's not gonna come equipped for this.
So then, scramble or scrap, I think is. Yeah, I think
it's gonna be scrap. I'm gonna fight my way out of here.
All right, fight your way out. Okay. This is a desperate position. This is a. This might be a less effect just because there's a lot of people to try and fight out.
Which is fine because there's only one.
You only need one.
Yeah. Oh shit! Right. Oh damn it.
What's up?
I already have less effect, so that would do nothing.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That means I need to I might have to push afterwards.
Okay.
You can push to increase effect, or is that not in this one?
I don't think so. Let me check. No, you have to push yourself. I will check that for you. Just a second. Effect. Establishing effect.
Effect.
Trading. You can't trade position. Well, you can trade position for effect, but you're already in a desperate position. So
I can't really.
That's not going to do anything. Okay, it should have. It should have some effect. Reduced effect. I might have to think about. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it doesn't appear to be in this one. Okay.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, it might just be a Band of Blades thing then. Because then if it's less effect, then I can't really do anything.
Then that will reduce. Okay,
unless I get a crit, which
that's
is hard.
true.
Is hard to do with only one.
Yeah, because you're pretty bruised from that fight.
Yeah,
So
I got a bruised rib right now.
So trying to. Okay, how about this? Trying to scrap will give you less effect because you got a bruised rib. If you try to scramble, you will not get less effect.
All right, we'll go with that.
But that is I think you're worse at that. Is the
absolutely got no dice in there.
Yeah, there you go.
So in that case, I'm gonna. Do we have a gambit still?
We have one gambit left.
I'm spending that gambit.
Spend that gambit.
I'm just gonna push myself. Might as well.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to assist.
I was gonna think of how I would.
No. Well, I can offer you a devil's bargain instead of pushing yourself.
To talk.
So you're trying to escape out. Where are you trying to go? You're trying to go to
the door that Russell came in through.
Okay.
That beats
the service hallways, basically.
Yeah, because that's the way towards the prize.
I think what we'll say is you can have an extra dice, but Yeah, you can have an extra dice, but that doorway is going to be it's going to be locked when you get there. Some security measure has locked that up again.
It's one of those doors that just locks when it closes if you're coming from the other direction.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Works for me. I'll take that gambit.
Okay.
Or bargain.
Bargain, yeah.
Desperate position.
Yep. So do get to mark XP.
Standard effects. Ooh, I do.
Out of gambits.
Yep, now out of gambits.
And 2 bonus dice, 1 out of gambit, 1. Yep.
That's 2 3s. Oh no.
Well.
So 2 3s. Let's see. It's the worst outcome. From a desperate position, you suffer severe harm. A complication occurs. You lose this opportunity. Okay. So it's not going to take up get out of the fight. You are going to take severe harm. So is it severe harm? Yeah, severe harm, which is level. I think that's like max harm. It's level 3.
That's the big one. Need help.
Hey, we get a gambit back.
You do get it
because I have a doctor ability that does that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so you take severe harm, which would be so the Janus Syndicate people who were coming after you, they have found you, and they are still pissed that you did not pay them back for the I think it was the weapons that you got from them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and they are prepared to take you are kind of. Well, they're going to
shooting at me.
They're going to shoot at you. Yeah, they've shot you in the leg. They've shot you in the leg at this point.
I would like to resist.
Very well. So that's going to cost you some resist.
And let's find out how much. Just rolling a d6.
Yeah, just a d6 and 6 stress minus this result.
Okay.
Also, it's resist roll 1 per attribute dot. Which is under prowess, isn't it? Because this is resisting from a scramble. So I think that's actually you roll 3 dice, and we take the.
Would it be? Wait, hang on. 3 attribute.
Yeah, resist roll plus 1 dice per attribute dot.
Random.
And your attributes are insight, prowess, and resolve.
This would be
prowess.
Okay, so that's 1 because I have 1 point in scrap, and that's it.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Yeah, that's 1. You're right. It's 4.
So this is correct. It is.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So you take 2 stress from that.
I'll take that.
Okay. They shoot at you. It's going to wing you in the like. It tears through like your pants. Just bullet goes right through the side of them.
Yeah, nicks the skin, but that's it.
Yep. It's a good thing you're wearing baggy cargo pants. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a graze.
Yes, graze. 'Tis but a flesh wound.
Random question about earlier. Should I have pressed this indulge vice button?
No.
No, that's fine. That's for downtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. But you are still being like pinned. You're pinned down by these guys.
Yeah. We're near the door, but we are in trouble.
Yeah. So
I would like in the kerfuffle of me, Aura, and the Birdman, to fish some sort of very powerful sedative out of my medkit, and use I'm a doctor, not an avian veterinarian.
I'm a doctor, not a wrestler.
Wait, rescue Bobby? What's the problem?
You're being pinned down by the Genesis.
Oh right, yeah, I did fail. It's just the fact that I didn't get shot. Yeah.
Basically,
I'm starting up a clock to get Bobby out of that situation.
Basically, I want to shove a hypo spray into the bird to try and knock him out.
Okay.
So that is pushing myself to use doctor. So that's 2 stress to push.
2 stress. Correct.
And then I'm gonna roll doctor, and I'm
roll that doctor.
We're desperate now.
We are desperate.
I am going to spend the gambit we got from Red.
Yep.
And I have less effect right now because I'm drunk.
You do, because you're still loopy.
So go. Wait, bonus dice. I spent the gambit, so that's 1 bonus dice. So go. Nope.
Oh boy. So yeah,
I think I know how this evening is gonna end.
I would like to suggest that I stab myself with it.
Yeah. I think like in the thing, like grabs your arm and just jams it into your own neck. So you're gonna take another severe. Yeah, this is.
I need help. There has to be this like
severe
knocked
consequence
out.
of like just anesthetized.
Yeah,
is
I'm just
level 3.
Yeah, level 3 harm.
You can resist it. It will cost you. It'll cost you stress.
So this is me approaching this from both a narrative and a time standpoint.
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting if I'm just knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just try to scramble. You go down.
I would like to say, bird crap on my way down.
Thrown down. And, well, Lamb. You got anything here?
Well,
Bobby's pinned down.
Doc's out.
Doc's out, yeah. I'm going to start another clock for Wake Up Doc.
I guess I gotta get Bobby because he's still awake.
Yeah.
And being pinned down, he's just being like fired at. He's not actually being pinned down by people, right?
Not being physically held down. No.
Yeah, I'm behind a table. They're shooting the table. Please come
So I'm going to. Well, I'm gonna escalate this to a blaster fight. I'm gonna run over next to Bobby, knock over a table, and start firing back.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. That is. What is that? That is scrap, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Scrap. Again, desperate position. Standard effect. So what you got?
Fuck.
Yes! Okay. So I think, given the time.
Yeah. No.
Given the time, I think I know where this is going.
Yep.
There's a bunch of syndicate people shooting at you. You're trying to shoot back. Doc's knocked out.
Click.
Yeah. And they advance on you. The beetle guards have pulled apart some of the other people who were fighting. You're taking some of the guns away. The Yona Syndicate people are advancing towards you, and the beetle guards surround them, put them on one side, you on the other, and just kind of.
Oh no!
Thunk, bonk, bonk. Both of you are out, and the three of you may awake sometime later to find out what happens next.
I'm impressed that we survived. I'd be like, total party kill. I can live with that.
See, my two options I was thinking there were start blasting, or use the detonator added to my inventory a minute ago, and just
blow this sucker up. Yeah.
Blow this whole place to smithereens.
Well, sometimes the dice don't go the way you want them to.
That's the beauty of a one shot, right? We're not attached to these characters. They can die. That's fine.
Yeah.
And it's up to you guys. There is I leave that open to a potential continuation if we feel like that's something we want to do. But that's where we'll leave it for now.
Lovely system, gets everybody killed.
We have leave it open ended for the prison break for later.
Yeah, prison break scene.
I like the idea of nested jobs. Now we've got to do something for Zoe.
No. I like the idea that we're making next time we play, we make new characters that have to bust our old characters. It's gonna be a jailbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. So yeah, that's that for now for Scum and Villainy. I never mentioned the title. It was on the screen at the beginning, but this one was called Under the Hammer for the auctioning stuff. And who knows, we may see these people again. We may not.
Well,
that's up to you. We'll see what happens.
It's up to audience interpretation. It's like the ending to Sopranos. The screen goes black.
Yeah, your choice. Your choice how that ends.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. So yeah, hope everyone had a good time. How are we feeling? Because I know HP, you haven't played Blades or Scum and Villainy before, right? How was it a good time?
Yeah, it's a straightforward system.
Yeah, it has a lot of like setup, and certainly in terms of like all the factions and things like that. But once you actually start playing it, it's very smooth, very simple.
Yeah. Very like to the point.
And I only have to come up with problems.
Yeah.
And I realized there is I have technically rolled dice in the Blades in the Dark style system once before. Or twice before. A friend of ours, Dr. Gyarados, I play the BBEG in his campaign. We converse between sessions.
Such a great. It's just I've done that before too. Fun. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do a quick thing because one other thing we do in this game is mark XP, and another thing we'll do as well.
Yeah.
Let's just do the mark XP thing just for the heck of it because we've marked XP for desperate rolls. We've done that already as we were doing them. It's just easier to do that. And then each of you has 3 separate XP triggers. Everyone has you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, and struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. If you did that, mark XP. If you did any of those multiple times, you mark 2 XP. And then the other one is individual. But let's see. Bobby, you addressed a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity. Did you do that?
Not really, I think. Maybe the hacking at the start.
I think so. Technical skill. That's technical skill.
I'll take that.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I don't think so.
You struggled for issues with your vices or traumas during the session?
Definitely not. No.
Okay. Doc.
Yes.
Did you address a tough challenge with insight or compassion?
Yeah.
You helped that bug guy with his.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Did you address? Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I mean, there's an argument to be made for combat medic because I used it as a justification, but it's not really an expression. I
think that counts. I'm lenient on it. That's fine. You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I would argue we might not be in the situation we're in if I didn't struggle with the
You didn't do that.
True.
Arguably,
3 playbook events.
That's what lost us the game.
Perfect.
Let's pick a fight with a bird.
Bad beats. Russell. You a tough challenge with charm or audacity. Audacity.
I told a guard the shitter's clogged.
And you shot a gun.
Yeah.
I was about to.
Yeah. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Nah.
Struggle with issues from your vices or traumas.
He didn't get the chance.
I didn't get the chance.
Well,
if I had gone in the front door, there would definitely been some gambling.
That's what I was expecting you to do, but you're like, okay.
Yeah. No, we needed a man on the inside.
All right. Well, then let's do what I like to do, which is favorite thing you did, favorite thing someone else did. HP, I'm going to start with you.
Favorite thing I did is probably getting drunk. Like, yes, it was harmful for our goals, but I feel like it was narratively correct.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. Favorite thing somebody else did. I mean, it's early, but I enjoyed the back and forth about the freezer.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
I love those kind of little things where it's just like characters like history is established in 2 sentences.
Yeah. Red.
Favorite thing I did, I think probably is still the hacking at the start. Be like,
think on your feet. Think fast.
Think fast. Favorite thing somebody else did. like it's partially because I was also thinking it at the same time, just on a different angle. Was Russell shooting the sprinkler installation, like the fire suppression system? I was also like, oh, we need cover.
Yeah. Lamb.
I mean, I did enjoy telling guard the shit is clogged and getting the card.
That way. Yeah.
Worked a lot better than.
Yeah.
But also like freezer banter and shooting sprinklers were good moments. Favorite moment someone else did. I mean, probably Doc knocking himself out with his own.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Is it like wrestling? You know, it's like if you set up the table, you're going through it.
Yeah.
If you pull out the hypo spray, it's
or
going
like that
in your
fight in
neck.
Bullet Train with the syringe with the venom. Has
Yeah,
anybody seen it?
yeah.
It's a good movie. Watch it.
It is a good movie.
It's a fun movie. Watch it. Let me rephrase.
No, that I think it's a good movie.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I also was because I enjoyed the bit early on with the Wrecker crew who showed up.
Oh God.
Bobby O.
Yeah.
Asking you for a favor.
There was a brief moment. I was thinking, is this guy gonna fill our butts full of money? Because for some reason, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, what's the fucker from
Jacinto Reth.
That guy. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that, but you're right. It is that kind of character. But yeah, because I was like, let me just pull up these NPCs. There's a whole there's a load of factions with various descriptions. I just pulled out some of the ones I wanted. I was like, okay, that's a nice thing. Is like you do the character creation, and then it gives me the fuel to actually make something.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see them again. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Depends.
I'd be open to exploring the Fallout.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's it for
Definitely
now.
at some point too.
That's it for now. Yeah. We're gonna call it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching along, everybody.
Yeah, next week.
Next week.
The real question is, what are we doing next? Are we monster hunting or are we being robots?
I think monster hunting was up next.
I assume monster hunting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're monster hunting.
We haven't made any characters for the robots yet.
Yeah, we have Well, Lamb hasn't made a character for monster hunting yet, but
but I'm getting to that.
I've made a concept.
Making a D&D character does not take a long time.
Not necessarily.
Not once you've done it a lot.
Yeah.
And I've done it a lot.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I have one. I just reached into my bag and was like, yes, this one.
Yeah. I probably have about at least 40 backups just lying around that I made at some point.
I have like 15.
I haven't made them, but I have like the idea. Like I'm like this thing.
Oh no, I have a bunch I've made. Like I have a bunch of them. Like here's
15.
the level 1 version of this.
Right.
Paladin with big hammer. That's.
I will be barbarian with big axe.
We're gonna be all marshals because I'm going to be a Final Fantasy Dragoon with the serial numbers filed off.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the good news is Paladin. I'll put some effort into keeping us alive.
The best way to keep yourselves alive in D&D is to kill the other guy.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and you'll be hunting a single. I don't know if it's a guy.
Monster.
Yeah, but we'll be hunting. You'll be hunting in my setting now.
It's not called
week.
Monsters Hunter.
No.
As long as I can have a meal prepared by like 3 cats, that's all it is.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Yeah.
If there's no Palicos, I rage quit the session.
I can send you guys fur from my cats.
No, that's good. I'll.
Please don't do that. That'd be weird.
You can sprinkle it in your food before.
No, I'm
session.
good.
No, that's okay. That's
I'll pass.
Oh.
No.
Well, look forward to that next week. Next week.
Yeah.
Red's gonna be running us through that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
In the meanwhile, go follow CatnWearHats. And I believe you're playing through a game I recently finished.
I'm playing Crab.
Another Crab's Treasure.
Yeah. I've been enjoying it so far. So more of that tomorrow at the usual time.
Yeah.
And I think once I'm done with that, we're gonna then it's time to move on to Final Fantasy X. Oh boy.
Yeah. Not a big one.
Now,
Yeah.
I
They're
don't
all
know
big
if I've
ones
asked
at this
this.
point.
Are you also playing the sequels?
I haven't decided yet, but I am considering it.
Okay.
Considering 10-2, yeah.
Cool.
Because I don't expect I'll play 11 for very long.
Yeah. True. Actually, I forgot 11 is the next one.
That's before you get really, really into 11.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
No, I know Hats a little bit.
No, I don't think so.
There's a small chance with 14.
14
I don't
is
think
definitely
the
more
chance
likely.
is that high either there.
No. We'll see.
Uh.
We'll see. I'm gonna give it a try, but I fully expect certainly with 11 to be like, that's enough.
Yeah.
I think because one of the big things with 11 is that it does not have a trial.
No, I have to pay. I have to pay for 1 month. That's okay. I'm fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
But it does go on sale decently often. So
yeah. But what I'm
Hopefully
thinking
soon.
is I will 10-2 can sub in for 11 because I'm more interested in that.
Yeah.
When do you
But we'll
play
get
Kingdom
more.
Hearts?
Never. I don't.
Oh, Hub, you are absolutely correct. That's that's actually why for 14 we have chatted about like
maybe Euroboy stream. Maybe.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Maybe.
But given how long it is, I can't only play it on Sundays.
No, that's fair.
The big thing is that we think it's going to be fun to do just sit and do a bunch of silly voices and read an audiobook for people.
Probably. That's what I've been doing this whole time. Anyway.
Yeah, I love doing silly voices.
Because
Anyway,
we do have a few more
do
minutes,
that.
I want your opinions on Crab.
It's good. It's enjoyable. Like it is a lot more like platform. Like I was going into it being like, is it like Crab Souls? It's like Dark Souls, but it's a crab, and it is, but it's also like there's a lot of 3D platforming and
in that
things
way,
like that.
It's more like Sheldon Ring.
All right, I'm leaving. That was fun, everybody. Goodbye.
No, I was gonna say it's actually more like it reminds me of like in those parts like Banjo-Kazooie games or something like that.
Fair. I think it's
now you're speaking my language.
I think it's a really good entry point to the genre.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's very funny as well, which is good.
Yes. And it's lower on the difficulty curve than even Lies of P.
And they have a lot of good accessibility options and aren't dicks about it.
Yeah.
Good.
And also a gun.
Yeah, well, one of the accessibility options is give Krill a gun, which is really, I've seen it. It's really funny.
It turns your shell into not crab scale, human scale on a crab, 1911.
Like it's a proper pistol.
And,
stopping power.
Yeah, it kills bosses in one hit.
Yeah.
Because it's a gun.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you just want to experience a story that starts with a crab committing tax evasion.
Yeah. I do not know what taxes are, and I will not pay them.
I don't know what taxes are, and I refuse to learn.
Yeah.
Please do not invade this sovereign nation of the tide pools.
All right. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
And go back to the void.
Thank you everybody for joining us.
By Riverside for a week.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Back into cryo sleep until next week.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
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 Thank you, screen. Oh god, I added a button.
Oh no.